Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Um, Hope you're doing well and you are staying safe, especially down here in Brandon. It is cold, and I think it's also cold in most part of Canada today. So hope you are keeping warm and you are staying safe. Hey, my name is Amem, and in this video, I am going to be sharing with you some holistical tips, for reducing the holiday stress. I know we're in the holiday stress, and as many of you know, that the holidays can really be a fun time. It can be a time of gathering with families. It can be a time of happiness, and at the same time too, it could be a stressful time too for a lot of people. For some people, it could be a time where they miss loved ones and everything. And so I wanted to put together this video with some tips, that can helpfully make things a little bit easier, for you this holiday. So hi, so that's me. And so today I'm going to be talking about six holistic tips, for reducing holiday stress. Six holistic tips for reducing holiday stress. The first step, or should I say the number one tip, is to identify your source of stress. Identify what stresses you out. To ask yourself, you know, what are some of the things that causes me stress? What are some of the things that brings my anxiety level really up? So ask yourself, and once you are able to identify what causes stress, then take action to address them. So that is the first tip. And then the second one is set realistic expectations. And as we all know, the holiday could be really, really busy. It could be really, stressful for parents with young ones. The expectations of getting, the right gift, the expectations of, doing things right in a certain way, the expectations of all the family gatherings and everything. And that can be stressful. So set a realistic expectations for yourself. And one of the things we had talked about in the past in here in Bliss Counseling, in making sure that when setting a realistic expectations, you want to make sure that your goals or your expectations are smart, simple, something that is measurable, something that is attainable, something that is reliable or realistic, and something that is time bound, to make sure that you are setting realistic expectations, not something that would overwhelm you, not something that will stress you out this holiday period. And then tip three will be practice self-care. Practice self-care. We've talked about self-care here a lot. We've talked about self-care a lot. It's important that during this holiday, during this Christmas holiday, that you take time to rest. You take time to, we've been talking about self-reflection this month, right? So take time to turn inwardly. Take time to do things that will not make you burn out. So practice self-care. Self-care might look differently for everyone. So whatever it is that relaxes you, whatever it is, that makes you more relaxed, that makes you mindful, that puts you in the present. Take time, take that self-care. And then tip four, which brings me to the tip four, is that when you practice self-care, what happens is that you have the ability to take time for yourself. So take time for yourself. Parents, caregivers, take time for yourself. Take time for yourself. The best way to combat holiday stress is making sure you take time for yourself first. If your cup is not filled, what happens? There is no way you can fill the cup of other people. Make sure you take time for yourself, caregivers. I'm talking to you, that parent. I want you to take time for yourself. You might say, hey, I don't have all those time for myself, but trust me, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes. You can take time for yourself. Set that time each day for yourself to do something that relaxes you, to do something that is true to you, So take time for yourself. I know for parents, for caregivers, it's all about giving, 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 giving. And trust me, it's okay to give. But I want you to take care of yourself so that you can be in that state mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, to take care of your family, to take care of your children, to take care of your loved ones, and to take care of yourself. So take that time for yourself. And then the fifth one is set those boundaries. Trust me, this holiday period, a lot of boundaries could be pushed, starting from the people that love you, the people you love, and the people that loves you too. They could push those boundaries, in certain tasks and certain interactions, during these holidays, those boundaries could be pushed. Those boundaries could be pushed. Keep in mind that when you identify what stresses you out, when you set realistic expectations for yourself, when you practice self care, when you take time for yourself, then it is easy to set those boundaries. It is easy to say, no, I cannot do this at this time. It is easy for you to say, no, I cannot do this thing. So make sure you're setting those boundaries, because what happens in setting those boundaries, then you ensure that your goals are met, then you ensure that those realistic expectations are met. And then the last one, which is focus on what you can control. Keep in mind that we've talked about a circle of control here in Bliss Counseling. So focus on the things you can control. Keep in mind that you cannot control how somebody else reacts. You cannot control the behavior of somebody else. You cannot control the thoughts of somebody else. But what can you control during this holiday season, during this holiday period, during this Christmas holiday? You as a parent, you as a caregiver, you as a youth, you as a teen, you as a young adult, both old and young, you can definitely control the way you choose to react. You can control the things you choose to do. You can control the things you choose to say yes to. So focus on the things that you can control in this holiday season so as to reduce stress. So those are all my tips. I'm just going to go over those tips again. Number one, I said, make sure you're able to identify what stresses you out, your sources of stress. Number two, make sure you're setting realistic expectations. Number three, practice self care. And number four, take time for yourself. And number five, come on, set those boundaries. Know when to say yes and know when to say no. Number six, focus on the things that you can control. And so those are the 6 tips that I have, those 6 holistic tips for reducing holiday stress, especially in this season. So, yeah, I do wish you a Merry Christmas, and take time, yeah. Enjoy the holiday with your friends, enjoy the holiday with your family, enjoy the holiday, and do reach out to other people if you do need to reach out. And for those of you that might be needing help, please do not hesitate to reach out to to info at blissandwellnesscenter.com. Please do not hesitate to reach out. Do not hesitate if you're needing help. Please do reach out. And we will also be taking some time off during this Christmas holiday. But you can follow us on all our social media so that you can keep tab on what's going on and what's happening. And if you have not subscribed to our newsletter, please do so that you know what's going on and what's happening around us. There's so many things that will be happening in the new year, and especially with all our groups, with all our programs that will be coming up. So please do sign up for our newsletter. We have so many groups that are coming up, and those seats are limited. So do make sure you sign up your teens, you sign up your youths, or maybe you could share this information with someone else. But from me to you, I do bid you a good evening, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. All right, please do stay warm and do stay safe. Bye bye.